All right, are you here? So, this is our series for this month. Everything about how our subconscious mind and our body is blocking us from selling more and being more visible. So, today, if you open your Instagram or your LinkedIn and suddenly you feel like already tired, like your brain's scattered and you start scrolling like a zombie, and you don't have, like, you already lost at sea, then this is not a marketing or a visibility um, block that you have. I want to bring that conversation at the forefront because I hear so many of the women I talk to that they think they have a problem with their business, with their visibility, with their marketing, with their sales, when in fact it is a nervous system problem. And it's not even a problem because the minute you know how the nervous system work in our body, then you understand why, right? And the thing is that when your body feels unsafe, like it's not safe to press, you see, I'm a little out of breath right now. This is so interesting because I didn't know that I was a little scared or something about going live with you guys, but I can feel my breath is a little short. So interesting. That's my body speaking here. So when your body feels unsafe, your brain will prioritize relief rather than results. So that means if you could look at my beautiful plan here where it says that every Wednesday, I'm going live. If I listen to my brain, because listen, I'm organizing and hosting a retreat this week, I could have opt out and say, hey, I have so much to do. I'm just gonna put that a little. Yeah, I have so much to do. Like I'm gonna skip it for this week. So that's kind of an escape mechanism. And relief looks like I won't do my live, I'm not posting, I'm not DMing, I'm not inviting someone to come to my retreat, I'm not showing up, right? Type me when you watch this if you ever avoided posting even though you wanted to. Type me in the comments. So, two things. I want to kind of go back to the basic. And I know that we see that all everywhere on social media, and it's kind of I think it's vulgarized, but it's like a trendy words as well, nervous system regulation and stuff like that. But when you understand that your nervous system has two main modes and there is no gray, it's either you are in survival mode or you are in safety. And in survival mode, you are very reactive, you are tight, you are activated, and you don't create clearly. Actually, this is what leads to burnout. That's how I see it. And I'm going to give you an example. So I'm starting to know myself. I'm 52, right? And I'm working so much on my nervous system. I know it works, but my mind wanted me to be so ready for the retreat that I'm hosting in 2 days that last Monday, so a few days ago, I didn't have my content plan yet. And my mind was trying to say, okay, you got to do your content. You got to have the plan and the program. What are we going to do? A, B, C, D. And then I felt a lot of constriction and unsafe in my body because, number one, I am a woman who loves hosting retreats. And I am a woman who loves ease over overwhelm. Overwhelm was an addiction of mine for decades that I am untethered from. So, like, I'm not going to create a retreat that stress me out, right? So when you become aware of when your nervous system, all those nerves, right, all over our body goes or expand or contract. And when it contracts, then it feels forced. It feels heavy. It feels like, oh my God, I will never get there. And then your mind's going to start to say that it's going to suck. Or it's going to be so bad. Okay. So in safety mode, it's the contrary. When you feel safe, you are actually in calm. in flow, in ease, and you can actually make choices that are aligned with your desire. And for example, I'm gonna give my example again because it's very fresh. My boundary with myself is I don't create from force. The minute I do, I put myself outside of my office. I go for a walk. I go for just pet my dog downstairs. Like I retrieve myself from that forcing force. Because when you're in force, you close every part of your heart and brain that are so creative. And when you're in flow, it's so easy. You create in, like, I just created the program in 1 hour, right? Because I was in flow. So this is a line that I want you to tattoo uh, on your body if you want, or anywhere. Like, you cannot create from stress. If stress is your thing, if stress or overwhelm or survival, when everything feels like tight, you cannot create from that place. So now let me give you a real example. I gave you mine, like as I am going through preparing my retreat this week. But imagine that, and I deal with women like this all the time. They're smart, skilled, and they have amazing offers, right? And they're ready to post a video. And today they're like, yeah, today is the day to go live. And I'm going to talk about, the new program that I have. I'm going to explain what it is, how it works. And then going to start to sit at our desk and then maybe open the app on LinkedIn or IG or wherever you are. And then you're going to see someone who is crushing it online. And then what you're going to feel in your body is that, like contraction. Your chest going to tightens. And then you feel that you're not good enough. And then you feel like embarrassment or maybe shame or, well, who am I to go live today and talk about my little nervous system regulation? Maybe you're going to be even disappointing because you're done with feeling like shitty, right? So you're going to be judging yourself. Look at you. You don't even trust yourself. Who can trust you, right? So instead of posting, maybe what you're going to do, and that was me before, you're going to rewrite the caption 100 times. You're going to tell yourself that you need to have better lighting, or I don't know, or you need to clean the kitchen because the kids are coming home, right? And then you'll do it tomorrow. If you want to laugh a little bit, I did a talk a few years ago about, oh, I have my period today, so I can post. And so that makes me think of that. So this is not laziness. This is not, this is procrastination, but procrastination is not laziness. It's a protective mechanism that, that your body is using it to avoid you from feeling the embarrassment, the shame, and the discomfort of showing up. Because, hey, it's not comfortable when you're not accustomed to it. Everything you desire in your business, in your bank account, in your marriage, in everything is outside of what you know. So it will feel uncomfortable. So my point here is we never say enough. And that the way you feel inside of you, your emotion, is really your self-expression, because your emotion gives you the energy that you radiate, right? We say actually that energy is energy in motion. So when we suppress it, right, we get congested and we lose our kind of signal. So what it means is that when you block your emotions, you block your visibility. You block yourself to show up online, but also to sell in the DM or to go to a networking event and introduce yourself or ask for a referral. This has to do with blocked emotions. So what I want to do for you is to sprinkle an emotional expression lesson on you. I'm going to share what I do for myself, but most of us, we've been raised, like, don't feel that, don't show that you feel that, be good, be nice, be composed, go go through life and everything is fine. But if you block emotional expression, you block the fullest expression of you. And you betray yourself in a way that it actually impacts your cells. And if you're not willing to feel your emotions like embarrassment or disappointment or shame, confusion, especially when it's time to go live like we're doing today, you will automatically block your visibility. You might go live from a forcing place. There is no way you can handle that for 3 months. You will be exhausted and people feel you. So if you go there and they feel you and they feel that you're so tense and closed up, then there is no communication. Your body speaks before your words, right? So I want to offer you a reframe today. When we talk about visibility, it's not just about your content and your post. It is an emotional skill before it is a content skill. It's an emotional skill before it is a content skill. Can you get that? Because your body is the gateway. And if you're disconnected from your body, you're disconnected from your power of showing up, right? So when you see that from that point of view, can you see how this is gonna show you a new perspective on why maybe you're not showing up the way you want in your business, whether it's online like this, or it's maybe every day reaching out to potential clients via the DM, via text, via emails, or going to networking events, or reaching out to your current clients, reaching out to past clients, all the things we do to activate sales, right? So I'm going to give you one thing that is maybe the reason why I was a little bit out of breath when we started, is that I regulate first. And I know it sounds boring, but that's the nervous system works with your breathing. And the more you breathe, slower and deeper, calms your nerves down. As simple as that. So I'm going to show you. Before you post, you could do this. You could put hand on your heart. I love to put my left hand on my heart and my right hand on my belly. And then my mind sometimes says, oh, your belly is big. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So it's so interesting that I judge myself even when I do that. Literally, I show you what happened in my mind. So you learn to love yourself in a new way without judging yourself, right? So it's beyond marketing. You can see that. So, and then you're going to inhale normally for 4. I like to close my eyes. I find it very yummy. And then when you exhale, you try to exhale longer. And I invite you to do that 3 times. Do it with me. So let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And then exhale slowly for 6 or 8. With a sound or through the nose. And you can repeat before you go live or do your post. I am safe. It's safe to be seen. I am willing to be open, to feel safe when I am posting or reaching out. Just doing this will take you out of survival mode and back into choices. So if you cancel that live from that place of regulation, you cancel it from a very conscious choice, which is different from, I'm not doing it because I'm stressed out, I'm overwhelmed, there's so much to do, right? When you go back to your body and use breathing to calm and massage your nervous system, your nerves, then you can make a new decision. Why? Because everything here is open and even your heart is open. Okay, that was your nano action number 1. Remember, I give you nano action every week. Always give me a signal in the comments if you're watching and taking notes or doing it with me. I always love to hear from you. Like, I feed off all of you here in this community. So nano action number 2, your emotional expression. So that means we're gonna sprinkle, a few things. The first thing is that you're going to name it. I want you to name next time maybe tonight you're supposed to do your post. It's the night where I am here. Or maybe you're supposed to publish the Google Doc or the sales page, right? Your offer is ready and you're still like, oh, I need to fix the image. It's not the right lighting. Okay. So we're going to name it. I feel freaking scared to post my new offer, or I feel embarrassed. I feel disappointed. I feel nervous. I feel exposed. Whatever. Name it. Number one, you name it. How do you feel when you post, for example, or when you launch your new offer? Like today, what are you working on? Like, tell me in the comments. What are you working on? Are you working on posting, on selling, on what it is? Tell me. Then once you named it, number one, when you name it, it brings it outside of you, by the way. So it's already, you probably gonna feel a little nervous system regulation, like calmer slightly, just because you named it. As soon as you name it, it's outside of you. And then the permission, you're gonna give yourself permission. Okay, I am willing to feel this without judgment. And then you're gonna add this. I'm not only, willing to feel my nervousness with zero judgment, but I'm gonna also bring to my mind's eye my biggest dream. For example, each time I know that deep inside of me, that every time I open my mouth to speak, I change someone's life, and I have many, many proof of it now, which I didn't at first. Because listen, if you're not consistent online, there is many, many years that you're going to spend with no reaction from anyone. It doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean that there is nobody watching, because you know what? There is always someone watching. So you're going to give yourself permission. I am willing to feel so nervous, and I am willing to let my dream win tonight. And then when you say that, you're going to move that in your body by inhaling. And when you exhale, you drop your shoulders and you exhale, and then you shake your hands. And now you say, I post with a feeling of joy. I post with a feeling, maybe still a little bit of nervousness, but I'm so happy to carry my dreams. You're not waiting that it disappears, because, it's a new way of being, but you bring safety. It's safe to feel nervous, and it's safe to bring your dreams first, because your dreams through your business is changing people's life, I'm sure. I work mainly with service-based entrepreneurs and some retailers as well. And all I know about, coaches, consultant, healers, service, financial counselors, artists, realtors, like what you are doing is you're helping people better some aspect of their life, right? Personal, professional, health-wise, financial-wise, right? So this is your mission, and you build that business to carry that mission. You're the vessel, like your business is the vessel of your mission. Okay, nano action number 3. I'm going to give you a few scripts. So for example, what I'm going to do after this live or in the next few days, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to reach out to a few people who are on my love list that I feel get to know me even more, so that close in the future we can work together. I could say, hey, Kelly, I just shared something, on nervous system and visibility in a live today. Want me to send it to you? That's a conversation that opens doors. Maybe another one is, you went to an event recently and someone was telling you, well, I'm 2026, I really gonna get my together, and I'm gonna I'm gonna be really more visible, or whatever is your expertise, right? So you're gonna reach out and say, hey, Julie, I remember our conversation last month at this dinner. Is there anything I could help you to put in place so that you can keep to your words of being more visible this week? Would that make sense to have a chat? Or another one that I did today on LinkedIn is I connected with someone. We just connected because she was a coach, and I said, "Hey, I'm Angélique. I am hosting a retreat in your city that gather a handful of female coaches, consultant, female leaders. Is that something you'd be interested in?" And the person says, "Well, I'm already committed on Friday." They answer to me, by the way. You got to believe that when you reach out to people, they're going to answer you. And if they don't, it doesn't mean anything. They may not see your message. They may have forgot about your message, or they may not care about your message. And that's it. Yeah. And I said, "Well, okay, great. I don't think we've met before." So in a nutshell, I told her who I was. And at the end, I said, "Would that make sense that we have a chat to introduce each other?" So I didn't check my messages yet, but most of the time when I do that, they say yes. So that's kind of how you connect in the DMs with people. That's just example. So now I'm going to speak French. So now I'm going to give you a few questions that help you reflect, right? It's not homework heavy or anything. It's for you. I know that you got some new notebooks. Where am I? Oh, they're packed, for the new year. So I'm going to give you 3 questions. What do you believe truly about, feeling your feelings? What do you believe about feeling your feelings? And what is one emotion that you've been suppressing for decades? Don't be judgy when you write it down. Just write it down. And then the final question is like, what is stopping you from fully expressing yourself, which means to feel your emotions, all of them. Because tonight I showed you how this is hindering your business at the core of it, sales-wise, visibility-wise. And when you're not visible, whether it's publicly or privately, you are not making offers, so you are not recruiting new clients or prospects. So here's the thing, because whatever you won't feel will run your marketing. Yes. Remember, marketing is how people know about you. So each time you suppress your emotions, it has a direct impact because you don't feel what you actually feel, and that will run your marketing. You will disappear. You're one of the latest client that joined our community this week. She told me this. She said, I've been following a lot of coaches and, experts in visibility, sales, and what always get me is that they're here for 3 weeks, and then after that they disappear for a year and come back. And then what happened in between, right? So this is not building trust between you and your prospect, but also with yourself. Because each time you don't honor your words, you are failing at trusting yourself. So here's the best part. You don't need to post more. Actually, you need to feel safer, right? More safety. So this week, you're going to do what we did earlier. You're going to do some regulation before you open even your LinkedIn or your IG or Facebook. And then you're going to let that emotion rise and feel it. You're with your phone. What am I feeling right now? No judgment. And then you're going to send 1 DM or 1 text to a person per day. That's it. From that regulated place. It's either to chat with someone that, you haven't talked for a long time, someone that you can help. You heard them, they have this problem, and you want to let them know that you actually help exactly those people who have those problems. and that you have a specific solution and you're going to invite them to have a conversation with you. Yeah, but first you're going to regulate. Then you're going to go through that emotion that rises, feel it fully, bring your dream back, and DM or talk to that person. So DM me or put in the comments the word visible if you want help building a kind of a repeatable visibility routine for you. If that's something that you feel you desire support, put visible in the comments or DM me directly visible. And what I'll do is that I'll reach out to you. I'll connect with you. I'm just going to do a tiny reminder that your thoughts are invisible, right? And your feelings, the emotions are the signals of your thoughts. So most of the time when we start feeling something, we're thinking the same thing. And it's either how you feel that informs your thoughts or your thought that informs how you feel. All this to say, and don't undermine this, your body is your guidance system. And actually, when we meet at the retreat on Friday, we start with body language. The body. Why the body? Because it's where your nervous system is. And the emotions are the language of your body. So ignoring your body is ignoring your emotion, is suppressing who you are. On that note, again, you put visible under the video or reply if it's a story, reply in the story. And if it's if you want to DM me visible, I'll connect with you and we'll have a chat. Okay? Ciao. It was awesome to talk to you.